Alright guys, welcome back to another video of Let's Play Castlevania Harmony of Despair Part 3. And this chapter, we are heading into the End of Chaos, otherwise known as the last stage of Dawn of Sorrow. Now, as I've stated in the last video, I'm going to be discussing Symphony of the Night and why that game is overrated. So, well, I'm not going to talk, mainly, I'm just going to talk about why it's not better than any of the other current Castlevanias, and why it should not be overrated in the first place. One of the reasons is because, it's really two big reasons that bug me. You probably noticed that that game has a shop, okay? Well, typically, with Castlevania shops, you are able to sell your stuff. In Symphony of the Night, you can't do that. You can't sell any of your inventory, which means coming by money is difficult. The only way to get money in that game is by finding gems and selling them, or by just finding money. But that's not really an easy thing to do either. Another problem I have with the game is its crappy teleportation system, meaning that all of the teleport points are in places that are totally inconvenient. Like, let's say I need to get down from the clock tower all the way down to where the Colosseum is. Well, the spawn point is nowhere near the Colosseum. It's near Alrox's quarters, and that's ridiculous. I don't need to be in Alrox's quarters. I need to be in the Colosseum. The spawn points are just completely inconvenient, and it doesn't serve any purpose. And so are the save points. Typically, you have the save points near the spawn points, and typically they're near someplace that is relevant to the plot, not somewhere that's just random and you have to walk all the way to where you need to get to. That is annoying. Another thing, so you are aware of the library ticket, right? The thing that allows you to teleport to the shop? Well, let's talk about that. So let's say you just went to the opposite castle, the reverse castle, right? And you have all these gems that you need to sell, and you need some new items, right? You can use that library ticket and go all the way back to the you can go all the way back to the original castle and talk to the salesman, right? Well, now that you got your items and you've just bought your stuff, now you gotta go all the way back. How you gonna do that? You gotta walk. You gotta go all the way back manually. There is no memorial ticket either, like in Lament of Innocence, where you could just, warp yourself back to the save point. No. This game really wants to make it hard on you to where you have to go there by yourself, which means, yep, you gotta go all the way back from the shop, walk all the way up to the teleport thing, which takes you to the reverse castle, and go back to where you just came from. So, yeah, you better make your trip worth it, otherwise it's going to be a nice, long trip. So, those are just, some of the things for why I think Symphony of the Night is overrated for what it is. The characters, Alucard, yeah, he's a protagonist, he's Dracula's son, but he expresses nearly, no emotion in that game. Most of his dialogue is just talking about how he has one goal, and that he doesn't need to do this, or he doesn't need to talk to anybody. He's looking for Dracula, and this and that. I mean, he had that one encounter with the succubus when she tried to tried to mimic his mom, or try to impersonate his mother. And that was kinda emotional, but that's about as emotional as it got. The voice acting is terrible, and a lot of people praise it for some reason. A lot of people think the voice acting is funny, and that's what makes the game awesome, but no, it's not. That's bad voice acting. Probably the best voice actor in that game was probably the voice actor for Maria, and I'm not even joking. She's probably got the most decent voice acting in that game, but everyone else is just, oh my god, everyone in that game is just garbage, man. It's not a bad game. It's not a bad game in the slightest, but it's definitely not the best. It is not the best at all. There are just way too many inconveniences in that game, There's one boss in particular that just sucks, and his name is Galamoth, and oh my god, dude, if you want to talk about a broken boss, there's one right there. Galamoth is too big. He's too fast, he's too big, and he's too overpowered. Like, literally one of the only ways to beat him is to just spam one of your specials over and over again. That thing where he teleports behind the enemy and then stabs him twice. Yeah, do that over and over again, and then you'll beat him. But there's, like, no way to get close to him. There's no way to even be near him because he's always spamming those stupid electric balls. He's always spamming the electricity on you. It's ridiculous how much difficulty is behind this game and behind the boss. It's just like, oh, why, man? Anyway, I'm done ranting about Symphony of the Night. That game is just, it doesn't... Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad game. The game just has a lot of flaws, and I'm acknowledging the flaws right now. Because they have to be acknowledged. You can't have this game and just not acknowledge the flaws. Because that would just be ignorant. Please don't get rid of it. Please just don't. No, he did. Oh, he's dead. Oh, wow. Damn, I didn't think I'd pull that off. Typically, you're supposed to beat this boss by going to the top of that stage, and you can see it where that spinal cord is. You're supposed to go up there and press this, switch a lever, and there's this big hammer that slams him right in the face and knocks him over. Typically, that's what kills him, but you can do it either way. I just did it the difficult way. But, yeah, now you see my problem with Symphony of the Night and why I don't like the fact that you can't sell your items. And, you know, you could say that, oh, it's not like selling your items is a problem anyway because it's not like your inventory has a limit. But, yeah, but I need money. I need money for items. I need money for weapons. I need the money. You know how difficult it is? Why can't I sell my inventory? I don't want to just sit here and sell gems. That's stupid. So yeah, I'm glad the other Castlevania games fixed upon that and had you sell your inventory. That's a huge problem. So yeah, it definitely doesn't deserve the praise that it gets, but it's definitely not a bad game. It's a good game, but it's not bad. But there's a lot of flaws in that game. The voice acting, the gameplay, I mean not the gameplay, the voice acting, the shops, the inconvenience of the teleportation. There's a lot of stuff that just makes it hard. So, there you have it. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video.